Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast. As you already know, this is just the open chat portion of our broadcast where you can come in, ask me whatever you want to ask me. You can also just talk amongst yourselves over there in the live chat if you want. And more importantly, you can call me out if I've said something you disagree with, whether it's something I said that was just factually incorrect. I might not even know what I said. So come on in, let me know. Or if you disagree with me on principle about something, that's even more important. Come in and let me know. We can even film a little episode of Spank the Yank if you like. If you want to come in and be on the show, let me know, because that's why I'm mainly here. But otherwise, if you just want to ask questions, suggest topics, feel free to do so. I always like to start off first with reading product orders, because whenever anyone buys any merchandise, like my Willie versus Bruce here, a mashup of Steamboat Willie and Jaws, whenever anybody buys merchandise like this, you help support TYMP. But we didn't sell any today, so I can't read that. We did get 2 people upgraded their membership on Patreon. And we got a new free member. Daniel Gronseth is a free member. Hopefully he'll become a paying member. Maybe we'll win him over. But Chris Snyder and John Mandrake both upped their membership because they want to win one of the vampire rounds. If you're already a Patreon member, you're in the running right now for 1 vampire round to be given away next month. If you are a new member, there's 2 I'm giving away that are exclusively for new members. So if you sign up now at a $5 level or higher, you are entered to win one of these bullets I'm giving away. This is a 4570 vampire round. It's silver with a wooden core. We'll take out werewolves, vampires, and pretty much any supernatural thing you might run across. So if you want to be registered to win one of these, be a Patreon member, go over and sign up. Like I said, if you're a new member, I'm giving away 2 of them to new members. And I usually only get like 3 or 4 new members. So your chance of winning is probably going to be pretty big, because so far this is not working out to be profitable. As everything I do, it's not profitable. It ends up costing money. So as of right now, I've only had 3 people that are registered to win one. So right now, everybody but one of them is going to win one. And all of those 3 people are actually old subscribers. So pretty much every one of them who is got a chance of winning one right now. So if you aren't registered, go get registered by the end of this month. Don't make this another failed fundraiser on my part. I got to quit doing failing fundraisers. Everything we do. Gave away that gun. That cost me about $180 in the hole for giving that away. We didn't get anybody signing up for Subscribe Star hardly at all to be registered for it. I'm giving away another gun. I'm giving away that. Oh, I can't say that on here, can I? Well, I'm giving away a Rock 5.7, but I can't say how. And if anybody donates $10 during the super chat portion of the chat, they get entered into a drawing that I can't talk about, the double super secret rock giveaway. That's going to be a failed, because I've only got $40 worth of money for that so far. So, and we still only got like 20 days to go. So that's also going to be a money loser. This channel is plummeting into insolvency. I wish we took sponsorships and promotions and stuff, which we don't do. I don't want to start doing commercials. I get offers for them every day. I don't want to start selling y'all supplements and water filters and all this other shit. That's not what this channel's about. But as I was saying, I usually read the orders. Didn't get any orders. We didn't get any new members. We did get 1 new free member and the 2 members that updated their membership over here. And on Subscribe Star, I think we lost a member. Yes, we lost a member. We didn't get any new ones. Who did we lose? Someone that signed up just for the giveaway and then left. All right. Thanks for, well, no, wait, we're not done. I'm like starting to end the chat and we're just now starting. All right, let me go over and see if we got any questions or comments coming in. Remember, if you want to register for the drawing, for the giveaways, go over to TYMPpistolproject.com. You can become a member of Patreon over there. You can become a member of Subscribe Star over there. You can donate a one-time donation to any of the programs you want to support. You can, I think you become a friend of the channel from over there and get like early access to videos and stuff, which I do put up for members only. Sometimes it's a member you can become over there. And you can also sign up to be a member of TYM Triple P, to be a recipient of TYM Triple P. Or there's a link over there where you can go to my webpage and buy merchandise. This is still one of my favorites. I don't know if I like this one better or do I like the Grindhouse Mickey. They're both mashups of Steamboat Willie and something else. This is a mashup of Steamboat Willie and Jaws. And the Grindhouse one, the one with Peg Leg Pete, is a mashup of Planet Terror and Steamboat Willie. Remember Planet Terror where she had the machine gun leg, but it's Peg Leg Pete with the machine gun leg. If I could get those in front of people's faces, I think they'd sell better, but I don't know how to advertise my products, to be honest. Every way I've looked into it, like, oh, you can advertise on TikTok, or I'm not a TikTok member, or Facebook or Instagram. It's like, oh, pay $500 and we'll increase your sales by 40%. I'm like, well, if you increase my sales by 40%, that only raised me like $80. That would be another losing propaganda or proposition, I guess I should say. Let's see. Do we got any super chats coming in to keep the conversation rolling today? I'm not doing very good at getting over to the questions today. I keep getting distracted. Oops. Activity, all transactions. Do we even have any? What's today's date? 24th. We got two. Mike Guthrie paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, I carried the sky. I have not had a problem with the one I have. Well, that's good to know. I've heard both ways where people say, oh, it's fine. And I've heard other people say it's very uncomfortable to shoot. And I don't think I've had anyone say it's falling apart or anything, but my son is texting me. I don't know why he's showing me that. You don't have a supercharger. I don't know why he's showing me that. He showed me stuff about his car. We replaced the fuel injectors in his car, and they broke one of the clips to the plug for one of the injectors, and they didn't tell me when they were putting them back together. And now that they're having problems, it keeps coming off. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me you broke the clip? So now we had to buy a new wire harness and take it all apart again and put it back together when the wiring harness gets here. But I'm answering him real quick. All right, let me get back to the questions here. Well, there's only one more question, so we're going to be done early today, I think. John Heasley chimed in and says, I have donated $10 almost every day since we started. Can I do tips to get on other two silver bullets? No, it's got to be a Patreon membership. I'm not wavering this time on it. Every time I waver thinking, well, I'll get more people in. It doesn't get more people in, and it causes me not to have any success with the actual fundraiser. So no wavering this time. It's the way it is. There's no other ways to join. The only way these things work is because even if I miraculously, because 3 of these cost me like $450, almost $500. It's over $450. It's almost $500. So this cost me almost $500. So even if I got $500 worth of new support, that would just be breaking even. The only way I would make any profit is if they stayed an extra month. But so far, I can't even break even on the giveaways. So I think this is going to be the last giveaway I try to do because it just doesn't work. YouTube has throttled my account where I can't get new people and the old people are tapped out. So I just think it's a losing battle to try to do these fundraisers. And I think the more that we do them, the more YouTube retaliates against my channel, because after I did the giveaway for the PSA Zombie Slayer, I had 5 days in a row where every day was negative 50 subscribers, negative 50 subscribers, negative 50 subscribers, negative 50 subscribers, negative 50 subscribers. And that doesn't happen by accident. That's them sending a message. I've pissed somebody off at YouTube, and they are determined that they're going to destroy my channel. And I was warned about that by my network I was in. When they shadow banned me, he said, be careful, because if you make an enemy there, they will dismantle your channel slowly. And that's what they're doing. They're just, because I'm not making them money, because they don't get I'm demonetized, so advertising's not really a big thing. I don't get a lot of cash in other ways for them. I don't get big views or anything, so they don't see me as valuable. I don't further their agenda of dividing people by being angry and divisive and inflammatory, so they don't see any need for me. I'm part of the problem as far as they're concerned. So that's been going on. I've been dealing with that for a while. It's very disheartening. Peter DeBoner chimed in and says, I scratched the shit out of my Lobo holster at work today. Damn it, what's a man to do? Well, I mean, I guess you could always refinish the leather, retan the leather, can't you? I ask them what they use to finish their surface, give it a buff, and then resurface it. Like they'll use like some sort of dye and sealer. So unless you've scratched it down into the underside of the hide, then you're screwed. But, it doesn't matter if the holster's got a few nicks and scratches on it. It, gives it character. It gives it, makes it look like you've lived a life. And not just, it's also one of the hazards of open carrying. I'll tell you that right now. When you open carry, you bump into stuff a lot with your gun. So if you have a holster with marred marks on it, and it gets to where it's, you could also intentionally mar it up, make it look like it's intentionally weathered, and that looks like you've actually done something. You actually worn your holster a lot. You bumped into a lot of shit. I bumped into a lot of shit with mine. I mean, I can't count how many times I've cringed like, oh, I just hit my gun on the door frame. Hope I didn't damage my gun. So far, the gun doesn't usually get damaged, but I do get nicks on my holsters and stuff. I forgot where I'm at or what I'm doing. Today's not been a good day for the chat. I'm having a hard time focusing. There's days like that where I'm not very focused, and today's one of them. I think it's my beard. I shaved my beard off, and now I can't focus. I think half of my brains are in my beard. I'm kind of like Samson, but instead of the longer my hair gets, the stronger I get. It's the fuller my beard is, the more capable I am of thinking straight. And right now, I'm having trouble focusing. It's also because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And Caden's driving me crazy with his car issues, and I'm just like, where was I at? That was Peter DeBoner. Jonathan Aho chimed in, pays $2 tithe to Phil. He didn't say nothing, though. Nope, he didn't say nothing, and we all know why. But I ain't going to say anything out loud about why, because I don't want someone to make boots out of me. Really don't. That looks like that might be an order. Did we get some orders over here? Let's see. My products, my orders. Yes, so a couple of our regulars. Johnny Mandrick got something. What'd he get? He got some funny car magnets. Oh, he got the, what do you call them? The werewolf magnets. Or not werewolf, werepossum magnets. Remember I did the werepossum trilogy? Not too long ago. You'd think people forgot about it already, but I just did them not too long ago. Also, we got some other magnets being sold. What is it with the magnets? People love to buy the magnets. And one of them is a funny, is the Phil magnet. So I got to add someone to the Phil list if they're not already on it. Who was this? Toby Person. I don't think Toby Person's on our list. Oh no, he is. He's already an elder. So yeah, he doesn't. I don't even have to look. I remember he's an elder. So I don't have to add him to the list. So that saves me some work. I don't got to go get the list. But he got the armored possum one, the Great Acorn Wars. That one also benefits pets and vets. The other one's the Phil, and the other one that benefits TYMP. All right, so those were the two orders. I wanted to make sure I got those read. Now let me get back to the questions over here because I saw those orders came in. Then we got Paul Bidenbach paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, "Hail Phil, what is the biggest POS gun you've ever owned?" Oh, well, I've owned some shitty guns in my day. Saying which one's the worst one, it's hard to say. I had a little Raven, the little, what do we call them? Jimmy knees. Jennings. Mine was a Jennings. I had one of those little Jennings 380s. That thing was garbage. I think I sold that thing for like $20-$30 or something. And the person asked me, I sold it unfired. And they said, well, how do I know it's unfired? And I said, well, because it hasn't exploded. Yeah, I've had some shitty guns, some old guns, shitty guns. I've had things like Jennings, some old Iver Johnson revolvers. I've got little pockmarked scars that if you didn't know better, you would think like maybe I had acne, but I've never had problems with acne. But I got little pockmarked scars over my eyebrow right here. And it's where my uncle went to shoot one of our old Iver Johnson revolvers. And it was so out of time that all the lead just sheared off into my face. I was standing off to the side of him and he shot it like right about right here. And it just, because he was just an idiot, bam. And I was like, splattered with hot lead. So I've had some junky guns. But as of like that I bought new, I'm going to say that Jennings is probably the worst one I ever bought new. John Mandarick chimed in and said, does a clean-shaven Yankee get more views? No, it's actually the opposite. When people watch you online, if you have a beard, they think you're more credible when it comes to guns. It's like the whole operator thing. Nobody trusts an operator without a beard, which is weird because you're not supposed to have beards. But working inside that, they grow their beard out. Like Tim never had a beard until he wanted to be an operator online. He was an advertising agent, executive. So that's to make you look like an operator. And with my beard, it makes me look like I'm a professional gun guy. So it's all for credibility. It's not that I want to have a beard. I do not want to have a beard. They're horrible. They itch. You get stuff in them. They get in your mouth. It's just gross, but it gives you credibility. I see Washington police departments are pushing back on the P320 ban. Well, yeah, some of them are like, well, this is fucking ridiculous, and we ain't had a problem with a single gun. That's because there ain't nothing wrong with the gun. It's the people using it. And it's all political. The police departments are like, this is just a political witch hunt, and we don't want to engage in it. Mikey D used his 39-month WAP chat to say, I see a lot of people saying no good guns under 200. High points are ugly, unergonomic, pain to break down, but functional, beats a poke in the eye. Yes, high points are fine. Everyone makes fun of high points, but they'll still buy a Kel-Tec. Kel-Tecs are far worse guns than high points because high points work. They don't look cool. They don't come up with creative designs, but they work. Well, although their little rifle is pretty cool, but Kel-Tecs come up with creative designs, and sometimes they look cool, but they don't fucking work. Not reliably in any way. So they're way worse than high points. Hooked on Phonics works for me. Says I have a Para-Ordnance P13 45 cal, much like a Colt Commander style. Looking for holsters. Any thoughts on brands or supplies? Well, won't that fit into any 1911 Commander size holster? It will, won't it? And if it doesn't, I don't know. But if it does, well, I always suggest two things off of Amazon that you can get them quick and you can get them inexpensive. $17.91 or even cheaper and faster, Azula. Azula holsters are just fine. In fact, I've got some holsters I spent $200 for. They're no better than the Azulas. They were just handmade. Well, the Azulas are handmade too. They're just not done by one single individual. They're done by probably a bunch of 12-year-olds in a different country. But Azula is one of the best options you can have. If you want to get something custom, go to Lobo. Lobo makes some of the best custom holsters. That belt slide holster they do with the 3-part system is top notch. I can't recommend anything better than that. For way more money, you won't get a better holster. In fact, someone just scratched his Lobo holster, and he's heartbroken over it. That tells you how nice they are. Pocket Sand says, I mean, without the beard, do you give Buffalo Bill vibes? It puts the lotion on its skin. Well, I don't think, do I give Buffalo Bill vibes? I don't think I am a put the lotion on its skin kind of guy. I'm not the one. I'm not the kind of person who would go to all the trouble to keep someone hostage in my basement, or in a well or anything, because that seems like a lot of effort. And I don't know if you know anything about me, but I'm lazy as fuck. And I don't want to put effort into things. I spent my life working my ass off from a young age, scraping and scheming and trying to get by, getting an education, going through the military, getting a decent job, finding opportunities. And I've done that. I did that for 45 years. And now I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. And when people say, what do you mean by it? I mean, well, you name it. I don't want to do it. It's like, I don't want to come out to go to I want to go to a festival with you. People ask me things like that still. Want to go to the rock festival in Portland? I'm like, fuck no, I don't want to go. Why the fuck would you? I'm insulted that you think I'd want to go. It used to be you get mad if people didn't invite you to something. You're like, they didn't invite me. Now I get kind of the opposite way. I get kind of like, do they not know me at all? They invited me to go to this bullshit thing that I don't want to go to, and there's going to be people there. It's like I didn't go to dinner with a friend the other night because he was going out of town. It was his last dinner in town because I thought there's going to be a lot of people there because he's one of these guys with a lot of friends. And I didn't know that he only invited the two of us. If I'd have known that and they said that, I'd have went. But I thought there's going to be a bunch of people there. I didn't want to go. So, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. So I definitely don't have the energy to hold somebody captive or the desire. What would I want them for? I don't know. What the fuck would I want to keep anybody captive for? I ain't going to eat them. I ain't got to that stage of life yet. We aren't, meat is still affordable, at least to a point, and I can eat Funyuns. So when we get to the point where I got to start eating people, then maybe, but not until then. Let me click back here. Where was I at? That was John and Mandrick. Kevin Mabry chimed in. He got himself a couple entries into the double super secret rock giveaway. And he said, would you take in a lizard or an arachnid for a pet? Do super thanks count towards the secret giveaway? Yes, super thanks do count. They're just like super chats. Super thanks do count towards the super secret giveaway. And I need to mention that if you're someone watching these videos live, well, then you can do a super chat. If you're someone who watches them now when I post them the next day, which YouTube's kind of forced me to do because they keep giving me strikes over my live chats, because I make the live chats private. If you're someone watching the next day, well, you can't get entered by doing a super chat because they're not an option. But you can still do a super thanks, and those do show up on a list I can look at. So if you want to do a super thanks, you get the same. You get entries into the silver bullet drawings and super secret double super secret rock giveaway drawing. You can do those through super thanks if you're watching this the next day after I put it up as a video. I always mean to mention that, and I forget. Plus, it's effort, and we already kind of went over how much effort I want to put into anything. But to answer the question, the first part of the question, would you take in a lizard or an arachnid as a pet? Not willingly. I don't want one. I just don't think of them as pets. A lizard doesn't see you as something it loves. It sees you as a warm thing to sit on. So I like animals that love me back, and I just don't believe any of those animals have the capacity for love. So, but I would take one if it was like, if you don't take it and take care of it, it's going to suffer and die. Well, I'm not going to have it suffer and die, so I'd take it in and take care of it. But I wouldn't seek one out willingly. Who was that just asked me that? Was that Kevin Mabry? Yeah, okay. Then we got Ben Coors chiming in. Ben Coors. He upped his membership the other day on Patreon, by the way. People buy magnets because a lot of us have gun safes and cabinets. That's true. A lot of people do. And I used to put stuff on my gun safe. Remember, I used to have it behind me and I had all the stickers on the side because every time I would get a sticker, I would put it on there. My goal was to cover it up with stickers. I guess magnets is the same thing, just less permanent. And these car magnets I make, they're perfect because they're perfectly square and they're big. So they're like 5 inches by 5 inches because they're meant to go on a car so people can see them from behind you like a bumper sticker that you can take off. I still have one on my truck. The what was it? The Harry Balls 2024. Those are perfect because you can line them right up, no empty space between them. So you can cover a safe with those pretty easy. So, hey, anybody wants to cover their safe, go buy a bunch of the magnets. Just say, hey, I'm going to blow $100 on magnets. And tell your wife, suck it. I'm going to blow $100 on magnets. You ain't going to do that. Most of y'all afraid of your wives. Can't fool me. You ain't no tough guys. Hooked on Phonics works for me. He said, I'll check those out. It's a double stack. Yeah, but that part doesn't go down in the gun, in the holster. Like the warthogs and they still fit. They still fit in the regular holsters back in the day. I don't know about the P13 should. Because people forget Para Ordnance was one of the leaders in double stack 1911s. They were one of the first people to really make viable ones. But should fit. And if it's not, you just got to stretch it a little bit. Stretch it out a little bit. I know a lot of you never had any experience whatsoever with stretching out the hole. But you can stretch them out a little bit. There's a little give to them. You don't got to say, keep your knees tight together or anything like that. But don't stretch out don't have anybody stretch out your hole. I'm not a believer in that. I'm not against it if you're into it, but some things are meant to be exit only, in my opinion. You do what you want with yours, but I don't like pain. I don't know about the rest of you. I understand why women don't want to do that, because that would hurt like crazy. Let's see here. Where was I at before we got sidetracked by Ben Coors into a dirty, dirty topic? Let's see here. Where was I? Okay, John Heasley chimed in again. People are feeling sorry for me, trying to make this not be a money-losing thing, because everything I do fucking loses money. Because I am the worst at advertising shit or doing promotions. I'm not an advertising guy. If I hadn't pissed him off, I'd ask him how to do it, because he was an advertising guy. I didn't know how to do it. I'm not good at it. I bet get an extra chance, said John Heasley. You will. I'm keeping track of all of them. The computer keeps track of them. I don't got it. Computer keeps track of them. I am writing them down at the end of the every day before I put the thing on private, because once I put it on private, they disappear. And sometimes I write them down at the end of the day. Anybody did a $10 super chat, I write it down on my little list here, which I then transfer over to my digital list, because you never know. YouTube might delete that chat tomorrow and you wouldn't get your entry. So that's one thing I do after every chat is I write down the $10 donations, because they might disappear. And when I make the chat private, they do disappear. So, or no, I think I can still see if I make it private, but YouTube sometimes steals them and they go away. I can't see them anymore, because they don't want you having them on your list and then not being paid for them. They don't want there to be any record of them. The only way I caught them stealing my super chats is I started taking screenshots of my super chats right after the chat. And then I would compare it to what they said I got the next day. And I'd be like, you're saying I got 7. I'm saying I got 12. Where are the other 5? And then they're always like, oh, you must have made a mistake. And remember, I was going through that with them for a while. Oh, you must have made a mistake. You're misremembering, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually I started sending them the copies of the screenshots I took. And like, here's the screenshot from right after the chat. Here's the screenshot now. And then they're like, oh, well, we're going to have to check on this and get back to you. And that's when they got back to me with sometimes when chats are deemed inappropriate, we take them and we donate the money to charity. Like that means, well, we're not taking it, so we're not doing anything for us. Yeah, you're taking them and donating to charity to reduce your own tax footprint. So you're stealing money people gave to pets and vets to reduce your big mega company's tax debt. And you're stealing them because you say they're inappropriate. So then we did the test where we said, okay, I want everyone tonight who does a super chat just to do a $2 super chat and say, I love puppies. So we did it. We had 14 people said, I love puppies. I got paid for 7 of those. So for some reason, half of the people who said, I love puppies was deemed inappropriate and taken by YouTube. So it's all bullshit. They steal from you. And I've been vocal about that, and that's gotten me in a lot of trouble with them. I should shut my mouth. I don't got enough sense to shut my fucking mouth. What was this? What was we talking about? P-Gar chimed in and said, what do you think about the other flavored Funyuns? I got no space in my life for them. They're not right. That's not the way they're supposed to be. I don't like that. I don't like change. I don't like putting things on things that shouldn't be there. I don't like putting stuff together that shouldn't go together. Like, I don't like, if someone makes, like if I went over to someone's house for dinner and they had pork chops, like say, well, we're grilling pork chops or frying pork chops, and they make green beans with it, I have to contain my rage because pork chops goes with peas. Green beans go with red meat. And that just infuriates me. It just makes it's wrong. Like I've gone to people's house before and they made mashed potatoes, no gravy. They're like, oh, but they're garlic and cheese mashed potatoes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. We need gravy. I have to contain my rage. Part of that's the autism, because I don't know how many people don't know, but I am on the autistic spectrum. Multiple members of the family are. I think it's genetic in our family. My brother, my youngest brother, is way more autistic. He has trouble functioning in society. I mean, he can function as a person as long as no other people around him. But I have difficulty looking in people's eyes when I talk to him. He can't do it. So I have difficulty tolerating people around me. He can't do it. So he freaks out, has a panic attack, has to leave. So I just have a panic attack, but I can stay. So no other flavored Funyuns. Kroshnakev says, have you ever had reservations when someone asked to go shooting? Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to have reservations. If it's a busy night at the range or something, I'll say, let's get some reservations so they know we're coming. I do that. But if you're talking about have I ever not wanted to go shooting with other people, well, that's every fucking time. I don't want to shoot with other people. I like to shoot by myself. That way I don't have to critique anybody else and no one's critiquing me. I only have to worry about my own safety issues. I don't have to worry about somebody else's safety issues. So I don't ever like shooting with other people. The only time I've ever enjoyed shooting with someone else is with one of my sons, when I'm teaching them how to shoot. That's the only time I've had any joy from shooting with other people. And I've gone shooting with friends, people I met online, stuff like that before. And I can have a good time doing it, but I would rather not be doing that. But, you know, sometimes that can be fun, but generally, no, I would rather shoot by myself. That's why I'd rather go down to my deck and shoot by myself down there than I would go to a range that has all the fancy stuff. I could do without the fancy stuff. I'd just rather be by myself down there doing what I want to do at my own speed. Not waiting for hot or cold ranges, not worried about a line guy behind me watching my every move. I just want to do my own thing. Gray Death said, so what's this super secret thing? Got here late ago. I can't say. If I could tell you what it was, it's not a double super secret rock giveaway. If I tell you what it is it? Gosh, some people just don't get it. That's why it's a double super secret. I can't tell you about it. Casey Seawright chimed in and says, I left my P320 loaded in a holster sitting inside my safe. I was so worried I missed the chat yesterday. Well, that's not a good reason to miss the chat, but it is a good reason to be worried. But luckily he's in the safe. So, I mean, he's going to have a hard time aiming at anybody. He's going to shoot at random. So your chances of him getting you on the first shot are going to be slim. So if he does start shooting, you just get down behind something, wait till he's out of ammo, and then you should be safe. But if you're going to ruin your safe, don't ever leave a SIG P320 with ammo in the safe. That'd be like putting Gary in the safe loaded. That would have been the stupidest thing you could possibly do. I have a video where he throws a beer can at me from the safe, but at least he wasn't loaded. I'm still having trouble focusing today. What time is it? Oh, we're out of time. I got to answer these questions, though. Clinton Barella chimed in. I spent the day rambling, just about stuff, and ran out of time. Clinton Barella, like I said, one of my favorite pastas. I use this pasta all the time. Recommendations for a hard case to carry multiple pistols or revolvers. You know, I don't really have one. I own a Pelican case somewhere, a yellow one. I was thinking about that because I got to find a box to ship that. The two things I've given away. The one is the PSA up here. And I don't really have a multi-pistol box. I carry everything in a range bag when I go to the range, but boxes have become a thing these days. They were never a thing when I was younger, that people had pistol boxes. Those have become kind of like a modern day thing. And I have one somewhere. And I have one for traveling on planes, a black one. I don't remember what it is, but it's only one gun. But I have one Pelican box that has multiple guns. It can hold 3 guns, I think. But I don't know much about the cases, to be honest. If you find a nice one, let me know. Get me one too, because I would like one also. Because nowadays you're not cool if you don't have a big old box with your guns in them, which means I ain't cool. I want to be cool. Kevin Payton chimed in and said, "All hail Phil. If I win the super duper double duper droop soupy double drooper drawing, I don't think you got it right. He says super double duper. It's double super secret, a double super secret rock giveaway. How will I know since it's a secret? Well, the winning won't be a secret. I'll tell the people. And I'll know who won. So I'll tell you. I'll tell you once. And then if you don't respond, I'll say, fuck it. I hate it when people win the friend gun and then people tell them. They missed the drawing, but then someone the next video or the next chat will be like, hey, blah, 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 you won the friend drawing yesterday. And I'm like, you goddamn dirty snitch. If they weren't here to see it, then let them, fuck them. But no, y'all got to tell them. All right, I think that gets us all caught. Nope, we got one more over here. Johnny Johnson says, new luck, no beard, just don't go FUD on us. Well, a beard is not. I think having a beard would make me more likely to be a FUD. Although Hickok don't have a beard, and he's an elitist from hell. He's FUD to the 10th power. So, I mean, I've heard it from his own lips, standing in the lobby of the Flamingo Hotel, him talking to some industry people about how most people who buy guns shouldn't be allowed to have guns, and that we need strict regulations on who can get a gun. So I'm like, yeah, motion detected at the carport up. It's past 7 o'clock. I hope it's Caden. But that's it for us today. I know today was rambly and all over the place, but that's kind of the point of these open chats. They're just about anything. Today, it wasn't you all directed what it was. Me, it was my inability to focus and just rambling. But thanks, everybody, for coming. Thanks, everybody felt sorry for me and was trying to make the double super secret rock giveaway a success. And thanks to everybody who helped buy us merchandise, supports the channel, is a patron. Remember, we're giving away the Vampire 4570 rounds to patrons, new patrons this coming week. So go over and become a patron. What else? Well, that's it. I think that's everything. Thanks for everything y'all do for the channel. I appreciate it. I will see you all. Did we get all the chat questions? I don't know if we did or not. I don't even know. Did we even get to them? I think we got them all. I bet you wish I wasn't here that night. Yeah, I wish you weren't. I would have not told you won. But thanks, everybody, for coming. I will. Oh, someone asked something about John Moxley. Make sure to ask that tomorrow, because I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that for a while. Come on back tomorrow, everybody. I'll see you then. Until then, remember, hopefully I'll be in a better state of mind tomorrow and I'll actually be able to focus on the topic. I don't bet on it because, like I say, I'm getting older every day. I don't think this situation is going to get any better, but hopefully I'll have it a little more together tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.